did. Yeah, I had a duration, but I had not a starting point. I had no clock hand. I did not understand these things. So at that time, a pastor of the Reformation Church in December 2009 invited me for a missionary trip to Brazil, and to get a deeper look into the Reformation Church, if I would, perhaps after having left Adventist Church, if I would convert to them. Yeah. And it was on this trip, and it was around Christmas time. And then we spent Christmas with their families, and they are really fanatics. And I have to say, I did not feel well. My wife did neither feel well. They were very friendly. I don't say anything, but they are really strong fanatics. And so we decided not to spend New Year with them. And so we traveled away, and I have found exactly these dates in my very, very neatly done accounting. I had paid the travel ticket on the 27th of December 2009 back with a bus from Sao Paulo to Asunción in Paraguay. And then indeed, in this travel, in the bus, I was contemplating a little bit. Then God showed me how to position the clock hands in the 4 outer stars coming from the middle star, Alnitak. Yeah, Jesus at the right hand of the Father, Al-Nilam. And this came to my mind. And then I understood also the starting point where I would have to start. I would have to start with the white horse rider, the star Scythe. And then I knew I do not have to start on 1844, but on 1846, when Ellen G. White and her husband had decided to keep the Sabbath. So the first time that a Sabbath-keeping church was again on the earth. So this is what came to my mind in the bus travel, but I could not read the other dates on the other clock hands, the 3 other clock hands. And I had no idea about the phone lines neither. So the travel took 35 hours as described in the 17 Years article, and we came home about the 29th. And I was not sure really if on the 29th I read the Orion Clock the first time or it was on the 30th. Yeah, this is what I could not remember. And then I was researching hard. I saw then today that my Orion Study PowerPoint file was even created already in September. I had started to write down several things there, incredibly. But I was stuck. No? So, but now I could go on. And it was impossible to find in the dates, in the creation date of my files, anywhere the true date until I came to the map that I had used to read the Orion Clock with a transparent paper on my window. I had put this map behind transparent paper, and then I had marked the points to get the year dates. And this file was downloaded by me on the 30th, not on the 29th of December, but on the 30th of December. And this is when I read the first time the Orion Clock. This was hard research, but it's important to have this correct data. So it was not the 28th to the 29th, but it was on the 29th to the 30th of December that I read the clock on the 30th of December, had the first time these dates, and then I started to go on with finishing the Orion Study so that it could be published then on the 23rd of January 2010, the first time. So we have to look up, when did I start to finish my Orion Study, when I was unstuck and could finish it. So then I published this study on the 23rd of January 2010, as everybody should know now. This day happened to be the birthday of the second witness's firstborn son, without my knowing, of course. And of course I was alone still at that time, but God always sends 2 witnesses. And 11 months later, on the 23rd of December 2010, I got an email, and I reported about it already in my video series about the great Orion cycle and the Jubilee. It was my friend Gerhard Traubiger from Austria who wrote me the first time an email, and therefore we have the exact date and even the exact hour. It was 7 o'clock in the morning when I received it at Paraguayan time. But in the email, and I marked this blue in the email, he wrote when he had started really to investigate about the Orion message, and he said he had worked the last 3 days on it. So that starts on the 21st of December for him until the 23rd, or let me say in the night of the 22nd, he started to write the email to me. And we have to research this exactly at this time frame, the 21st of December to the 23rd of December. And it will be incredible what we will find there. How the second modern witness joined the first modern witness in the Orion message. Yeah, and as it was in the SDA movement that had begun in 1844, with Hiram Edson seeing the heavens open, understanding Jesus would not come, but the judgment had started. So we had also something like this aha moment. Yeah? And this was on the 19th to the 20th of October 2016, when we did our prayer for more time. We had believed that Jesus would come. We did a prayer, and we did this in the setting of the autumn feasts of 2016, Tabernacles. And I woke up in the morning of the 19th of October, and I heard the order of Jesus to make the church pray for more time. He would come, but then the earth would be destroyed and nobody would be saved. No flesh would be saved. So we had to pray for more time fervently in a solemn oath. And this is a part of our movement. And it was the fulfillment of Revelation 7. Yeah? And an angel from the east comes and says to the fourth angel's message, hold, 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 do not. And there is the mentioning of the trees and the earth and so on, the green things. So this is our date, but it's not so that the whole Philadelphia church, our movement, prayed the whole prayer on the 19th. In contrary, we did it only in Paraguay. Then in the evening, I looked that also up in our forum. And in the evening of the 19th, we had published, in the late hours of the 19th, we had published the request that all the church, all our movement members would join in to that prayer. So far, it was only Paraguay that had prayed. And then starting from the evening of the 19th and then the whole 20th of October, the whole church joined in. No, I would not say the whole church. Some refused, definitely. And they went away. They said, we do not believe anymore. Yeah, you made yourself a clown. Yeah, this prayer is invalid. We did not understand that it was the Revelation 7 fulfillment. But they said, you are not correct in praying for more time. You have been wrong with the coming date, and that's it. The same thing what happened once in the great disappointment to the Millerites. Yeah? And this happened to us in this pivotal date. But on the other hand, it fulfilled prophecy. There was given the more time that Jupiter would then be able to complete its round to Gemini, and that will be completed in June 2025. So in the Day of the Witnesses article on White Cloud Farm, we reported about that there's a whole series about our prayer because it is so important, and it started also the new website, whitecloudfarm.org. So to have the date correct, it is the 19th and the 20th, but more the 20th of October that we did this prayer as a church.